You can also purchase any of the longevity products or sign up to join the Brightside Ben team right off of brightsideben.com, also off of my blogs, criticalhealthnews.com, and pharmacistben.com. Thank you to Robert Lundgren who set that up for me. That's pharmacistben.com, or also my new blog, criticalhealthnews.com. You can also call the phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Our number today, we'll get your calls here in just a second, and we do have lines open for you at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. We're talking skincare. We'll be talking skincare for a little bit. My new Truth Treatment products are out, and you can check them out at truthtreatments.com. I call them treatments because they are treatments. They're not just ordinary skincare. You can't just rub them on your skin. In fact, that's really all you need to know about the real uselessness of most skincare products. If you can rub something on your skin willy-nilly and not have to pay attention to how you're using it or how much you're using or what's in the product, that tells you don't have much there. And that indeed is the case when it comes to most skin products, topical skin products. There's not much there. There's silliness there, that's for sure. Lots of crazy ideas and marketing-driven strategies there, that's for sure. And it really kind of ticks me off a little bit because it underestimates or doesn't appreciate the skin as an organ of the body. That's really the bottom line here, you guys. The skin is an organ. It's part of the body. We give lip service to this idea of the organ nature of the skin. But if we can just rub stuff on and not even think about what's in there, what does that say about how we respect the skin? It says we don't respect the skin. My God, there are just the preservatives alone, the toxicity of just the preservatives alone, diazolidonylurea and iodopropyl carbamate and methylparaben and propylparaben and glycinates and just horrible things just in the preservative fraction that is designed to kill living entities. That's what a preservative does. It kills living entities. Yes, microbial entities, yeast and fungus, and you don't want to have yeast and fungus and bacteria in your skincare product, thus the necessity of preservatives, but it's not a good idea. Not to mention the perfumes and the fragrances, and not to mention the fact that most skincare products aren't really going to do anything for your skin anyway. But how are you going to know this? Well, you got to be an ingredient deck reader. Now, most of you guys know that the ingredient deck on the side of skincare products, or in foods as well, goes from most concentration, or highest concentration to least concentration. At the top of the ingredient deck, the first ingredient is going to be the ingredient that's in the product at the highest concentration. It's usually going to be water, and that's usually around 80 to 90% of a skincare product, sometimes more, sometimes 95%, depending on the product. Gels and solutions, toners and such, are going to be super high concentrations of water. Creams are going to be the least concentration of water. Lotions somewhere in between. A typical cream is going to be about 60 to 70% water. Any chemist, any formulation chemist can tell you this. You know, there's only there's a standard way of making a formula, of making a cream and lotion formula, of making a skincare formula. 60 to 70 to 80% is going to be water. Then you mix in a little bit of oil. You throw in what they call an emulsifying agent, which brings the oil and water together. Usually the emulsifying agent is in the product at 1 or 2%, and that's what I call the 2% point. So when you see something like cetyl alcohol, for example, or stearyl alcohol, for example, or glyceryl monostearate, for example, these are standard emulsifying agents, and they're going to be in your skincare product around 2%. When you see that ingredient, you know everything after that is at 2% or less. You want to make a skincare product? And it's very easy to do, really. That's why do you think there's so many skincare products out there in the marketplace? Do we really need 10,000 different skincare moisturizers? Of course not. Very easy to make a skincare product. You take water. I should say it's very easy to make a standard skincare product. A little trickier to make one that works. We'll tell you about the ones that work here probably in the next couple days. We'll tell you what to look for in one that works. But your standard skincare product is going to be water, 80 to 90%, emulsifying agent, 2%, wax, maybe 2, 3, 4%, fake oil or oil, 5 or 10%. That's it. That's it pretty much. Just 90, 95% right there. Then you'll throw in, if you're a marketer, you know, or you're in the skincare business, you're a bookkeeper, and you see how much money you can make in a skincare business selling water and wax. And you might throw in a little trace ingredients, little bells and whistles we call it, or window dressing, usually at 1 or 2%. That's your typical skincare product right there. And if it's a fancy schmancy medical product or wrinkle product or anti-aging product, maybe a little bit extra active ingredients. Would it surprise you if I told you there's only really 2 active ingredients that are really going to do anything for your skin? Maybe 3, maybe 4. Not very many of the thousands of different potential ingredients that are in products. There's only a few. Vitamin A, vitamin C, and zinc for the most part. You can get some what they call alpha and beta hydroxy acids as well, and those will have effects. But they're super, super powerful, and you're not going to see those in a lot of products. Mostly it's vitamin A, vitamin C, and zinc. Now, these are also, of course, important from an internal perspective. But when it comes to topical products, even though you got a zillion different products available, there's only 3 that are going to make a significant difference. And it isn't Nerium, and it isn't organic herbs or whatever, plant material, as much as I love herbs. Herbs aren't really going to do anything for your skin. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I'm sorry for all you herbalists out there, and I consider myself an herbalist, but to rub an herb on your skin isn't going to really get you much benefit. A little medicinal benefit, maybe. Certainly not melon extract. Sorry, Cindy Crawford. So you got 80 to 90% baloney in your skincare product. Even if you absolutely love it, even if your plastic surgeon or your favorite movie star tells you how wonderful it is, you're basically not going to get much. A, C, and zinc is really the only 3 super active, or really only 3 active ingredients you're going to be able to obtain or use. Vitamin A comes in 3 forms, as we've said: retinol, retinoic acid, retinoyl palmitate. By far and away the most effective form of vitamin A is retinoic acid. Difficult to obtain, however. You need a prescription for it. It is a little irritating. Look for retinol. And look for retinol in high concentrations. And if your retinol product doesn't have high concentrations, it isn't going to really do much. Now, the downside to retinol, as we've said many times on this program, is it's a little irritating. That's why I made my Truth Treatment products. 5% retinol, which is 10 to 50 times more retinol than you'll find in any other skincare product. It's non-irritating, though. That's because of the way I formulated the product. Now, I'm not telling you that topical vitamin A is going to be as effective as internal vitamin A, but you can still do a lot of stuff topically. It's the quintessential building vitamin internally, and it's the quintessential skin-building vitamin topically, even though, as we've said, there are problems with vitamin A. Now, the next important vitamin, we've talked a lot about vitamin A, and probably the most important topical skincare ingredient to look for, but the next one is super important too, and that's vitamin C. But like vitamin A, you got lots of problems associated with vitamin C. All right, hang tight if you're on hold. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your calls here as soon as we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Who has over 65 seed varieties of 34 different vegetables?
Down to Earth.
Who has over 63,000 seeds packaged to last 50 years?
Down to Earth.
Whose seeds can be frozen to maintain germination?
Down to Earth seeds. No hybrids, no GMOs, just proven old-time seed varieties grown all over the country by our grandparents. Our kids have the best variety and the largest quantities of vegetable seed for the best price. Get your food security now at downtoearthseeds.com or call 870-427-3039.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at gcnlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at gcnlive.com.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
Okay, we are back. On the bright side, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got a couple lines open for you. We're talking about skincare products. Why the heck would we rub on a skincare product if it's going to suppress our moisture factors, if it's filled with preservatives and perfumes and fragrances coming from, this is from, where do I get this from? University of California, Berkeley. Troubling levels of toxic metals found in cosmetics. A new analysis of the contents of lipstick and lip gloss may cause you to pause before puckering. And this is from the journal Environmental Health Perspectives. It turns out that University of California, Berkeley School of Public Health tested 32 different lipsticks and lip glosses, and they detected lead and cadmium and chromium and aluminum and other toxic metals in significant quantities in lipstick and lip gloss. And of course, if you put lipstick and lip gloss on your with toxic metal that contain toxic metals, on your lips, you run serious risks of eating this stuff. Just another example of how we underestimate the potency and the problems associated with how we treat our skin and how we treat our lips. We'll continue this discussion here in the next couple of days, and we'll talk about a very important toxin, pro-aging toxin that